Oh, I don't know how that came back up.
Just kidding. Number 2, men are unemotional. Many of the differences in the ways that men and women express emotions are just simply a result of cultural traditions and expectations of how they're supposed to act. Women are allowed to express certain emotions without judgment, and men are expected to suppress certain emotions. But men deal with a crippling fear of rejection from partners, from women, along with societal expectations of how to display certain emotions. So every time a man opens up his mouth, he has to think about the ramifications of his emotions and how those are going to be perceived by his loved ones or even strangers. We don't allow men to cry. We don't allow men to be weak because most women's vajayjays would dry up like the Sahara Desert on a summer day. So what is a man to do? A lot of women complain that men go from 0 to 100 within a few seconds, and I get it. I've experienced this myself. But women do the same thing. It's just that a lot of men have not learned how to regulate their emotions because we don't teach men how to do that because we tell them to man up. So of course women think that they're handicapped with their emotions, but really we just don't have a lot of patience for men in our society. But men are rather emotional. Number 3.
So I got 2 points that off the top of my head with that one I want to go with, and it was men are supposed to have emotional management skills. You know, I don't like how the words that she uses there, but when I see somebody who can't manage their, and we all have ups and downs in life.
Yeah, we're all human.
You know, and we all can go through that, and you know what I mean, and there is. But it doesn't mean that somebody's got to freaking rub your back and tell you everything's going to be okay because, you know, you're having a rough time. You know,
it doesn't have to be constantly. Once in a while is fine, but I mean, that's usually with the couple behind closed doors. That's what they're
exactly.
Man's does have to keep his emotions in check because honestly, we could be more dangerous beings if we don't.
Yeah,
and I think that's part of becoming a man from a boy to a man is being able to manage that kind of stuff.
Yep,
and understanding that. So,
and before I don't want to lose track here. So my next point on that one is when she mentioned how, you know, she'll dry up if you see a man cry, you're gonna dry up faster, and what that's meaning is that, you know, she's not gonna find you attractive anymore. And I think that's absolutely true because this goes back into other podcasts that we've talked about and such about how being a good person can really that dries up a woman. You know what I mean? It really does. And you can buy her flowers and then do everything in the world for her, and then she's just like, ick, I don't like this guy no more. And on to the next one.
That's something that's relatively. I don't know if it's always been there.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's something that
women
are being
taught
that they don't need a man, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They can stand without them, and that's fine and all. And I have daughters. I want to raise them to be independent and strong. However, my whole point is, you're stronger as a team, and a family is stronger as a team. When a man and a woman are working together and running a family together, way stronger. So you're more than twice as strong. I mean, it's an exponential increase.
Oh yeah,
and it's
valid.
It's valid. It keeps the the children not necessarily in line, but it gives them a good example of how good healthy relationships are supposed to be. So there's a lot there, and emotional management's a big part of that. And I think it's not just the men; it's also the women that need that too. And I constantly refer to the age of adult adolescence. Adult aged adolescence. I'm screwing that up. This is actually my first beer.
No way. I don't believe him.
But it's one of those things where we need to keep things in check, but we also need to have that person that we can talk to about it, right? And that's what we need to confide in with a woman. But we have to trust her to do that, because all too often, I think she gets into this a little bit later, if not in this video, she has in others, where women have a tendency to use a man's emotions against him.
Yeah.
They'll hold on to it, they'll come back in an argument, and they'll hit him with it, and that's not good at all.
Yeah.
Then a man's not gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pull back. I'm not gonna talk to you anymore about it, and that's where the relationship starts breaking down and closing down. Because
hell has no fury like a woman scorned. So when you upset a woman, she goes to stab you right in the heart. You know what I mean? Instead of talking about things or whatever. I know you're upset at me, babe. You know, or however. But they'll use your weaknesses.
They can punch a man because they think men are tough, right?
Yeah.
And we can take it, but you know, we still bleed, we still hurt. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think those are good points. She's, I think, not as on point with this one as she was with the first one, but I think we have our opinions of how men need to.
Yeah, like men do have emotions, but we got to manage them. And it is one of the great things of the world to be able to have a companion beside you, where if something is bothering you, you can kind of let go of that for a minute and just get a release and then get back to it, you know. And I think so women, if you can chime in here or something, you know, give us a comment on something here about why that is with you people, you guys.
What do you mean, you people?
My back's against the wall.
No, but, women in general, let us know on your side.
The nice guy finishes last. Why is it that when you guys don't? It's like women don't want a man to open the door for them anymore. You know, or it's like, you know, you open the door
my
for
age
me?
group, they
Why
still they still
want...
appreciate that for the most part.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of jackass thought that was, like some sort of male dominance thing. Like, give me a break. Like, you understand women put a lot of effort into their looks. We understand that, man. Let me get the door for you. Let me do some stuff for you. And it's just a man being courteous to his woman to do that. And I don't just open the door for my woman. I do it for my friends. I do it for random people in the street. Here you come, man. I'll hold the door open for you. It's just being kind and courteous. That's all it is. But when it's focused on his woman, it's extra special. It means more. Let me do this for you. Very small gesture. Anyway, I think that's a little off topic here. So with that, I think we'll roll into part 3.
All right, part 3.